At the end of this module, you will be able to identify major categories and examples of African musical instruments, understand the symbolic and spiritual meanings attached to these instruments, explain the construction, materials, and techniques used in traditional instrument making, analyze the role of instruments in ritual, communication, and oral history, appreciate regional variations in instrumentation across the African continent, explore the modern adaptation and globalization of African musical instruments. This module offers an expansive and immersive exploration into the rich and diverse world of African musical instruments. These instruments are not simply tools for creating sound, they are cultural artifacts, spiritual conduits, historical archives, and symbols of identity. The vast African continent is home to thousands of ethnic groups, and each community possesses its own unique set of instruments, playing techniques, and symbolic meanings. This module introduces you to the classification, construction, cultural function, and regional variations of traditional African instruments, while highlighting their role in both sacred and secular contexts. We explore how instruments such as the talking drum, kora, balafon, Mbira, shekere, udu, and algaita are used not only for entertainment but also for communication, rituals, healing, storytelling, praise singing, education, royal court events, and ancestral veneration. Through this module, you will develop a broad understanding of African musical instrumentation across regions, including West Africa's intricate stringed instruments, East Africa's flutes and lyres, North Africa's percussion and reed pipes, Central Africa's rhythmic innovations, and Southern Africa's resonant lamellophones and choral accompaniments. We also examine the oral traditions and craftsmanship behind instrument creation, materials used, playing techniques, symbolic meanings, and the modern evolution of African instruments in global fusion genres like Afrobeat, highlife, bongo flava, and Afro jazz. Classification of African musical instruments. African instruments can be broadly grouped using the Hornbostel-Sachs classification system. Idiophones, instruments that produce sound from the material itself, e.g., balafon, shekere, agogo. Membranophones, instruments with stretched membranes, e.g., talking drums, ngoma, dundun. Chordophones, stringed instruments, e.g., kora, ngoni, zizi. Aerophones, wind instruments, e.g., algaita, kakaki, flutes. Electrophones, modern category, e.g., amplified thumb pianos or electrified koras. Regional instrument highlights. West Africa. Talking drum, gangan dundun. Communicates language through pitch variation, used by griots, drummers, and heralds. Kora, 21-string harp lute, central to Mandinka griot traditions. Balafon, wooden xylophone with gourd resonators, common among Manda and Senufo. Shekere, beaded gourd rattle, used in rituals and dances, East Africa. Zizi, stringed instrument resembling a lute or fiddle, end-blown flutes and horns, made from bamboo or animal horns. Litungu, Kenyan lyre used in ceremonies and storytelling, North Africa. Ney, ancient reed flute used in Berber and Arabic traditions. Bendir and Tarija, frame drums with snare strings. Kwakab, metal castanets used in Nawa music. Central Africa, Likembe, thumb piano, a type of Mbira played by plucking metal tines. Ngoma drums used for ritual and communal celebration. Slit gongs, log drums, hollow wooden percussion used for signaling Southern Africa. Mbira, lamellophone, sacred Shona instrument believed to summon spirits. Uhadi bow, musical bow used by Xhosa women. Hosho, gourd rattle used in Mbira ensembles. Symbolism and sacred power of instruments. Instruments are often spiritually consecrated before use, used to communicate with ancestors, gods, or spirits. Specific instruments are played only by initiated individuals or elders. Some instruments are gender-specific. Women may not play sacred drums in some societies. Royal courts often have exclusive instruments played only during coronations or funerals. Construction materials and techniques. Materials: gourds, calabashes, wood, animal hide, bones, reeds, metal, leather, horns, stones. Instruments are often handcrafted by specialists or spiritual artisans. The sound is deeply influenced by the type of wood, membrane tension, and cultural tuning systems. Functions of instruments in African society. Communication, e.g., talking drum mimicking speech tones. Healing and exorcism, drums and rattles to ward off spirits. Ritual ceremonies, birth, initiation, marriage, funeral, harvest. Oral history and storytelling. Kora and balafon accompany griot recitations. Dance accompaniment, shekere, agogo, ngoma. Status and prestige, instruments for royalty or warriors. Education and morality lessons, used to teach children cultural proverbs and taboos. Modern adaptations and global influence. Instruments like kora, Mbira, and balafon are now used in global world music festivals. Afro jazz, reggae, Afrobeat, and fusion artists incorporate traditional sounds with modern tech. Electrified koras and amplified mbiras are common in stage performances and recordings. Global artists, e.g., Tumani Diabate, Seun Kuti, Sona Jobarte, Oliver M. Tukudzi, have helped bring African instruments to international stages. Suggested learning activities. Virtual instrument tour. Explore videos and recordings of traditional instrument performances. Hands-on creation project. Create a model of a traditional African instrument using natural materials. Instrument identification game. Match sounds to instruments from different regions. Fieldwork/research. Interview a local craftsman or traditional instrumentalist listening journal. Reflect on the emotional and cultural impact of selected instrument sounds.